Kristen. If y'all didn't tear up at some point today, you might be a robot. So we're going to switch gears a little bit for our last reader of the day, who is Wendi Ahrens. Wendi is a humor writer, columnist, and blogger, and can usually be found near the 75% off racks at Target. She now has 2 boys, but getting there wasn't easy, as she tells us in Baby Fever.
I never wanted to be a mother. I wanted to be a waitress, a fashion designer, a Yeti hunter, a pianist, a solid gold dancer, or an Olympic gymnast. But most of all, with all my heart, I really, really wanted to marry George Michael from Wham. And thank God that last one didn't work out. But I never wanted to be a mother until I did. One day, I suddenly stopped noticing cute dogs and started noticing cute babies. I stopped calling toddlers on airplanes devil spawn and started playing peekaboo with them. I saw a pregnant woman in a parking lot, and instead of stealing her space and sneering, "You snooze, you lose, chubby," I gave her a thumbs up and a spot near the door. I didn't turn on my biological clock. My biological clock turned on me. When I joyfully told my husband of 9 years that I was finally ready for us to have a baby, he said, "All right, that's fine, but get started without me because I'm watching the game." When I nervously told my mother that we were finally ready to give her a grandchild, she was thrilled. Then she suggested I drink Robitussin to increase my vaginal mucus. "That way the sperm can swim better, Wendi." After that, I didn't tell her anything else for a very long time. Burning with baby fever, I eagerly bought every pregnancy book I could find. I read every website. I took nasty prenatal vitamins. I talked at length with my very, very patient doctor. I was pretty much the complete opposite of unplanned pregnancy. Then finally, I took a deep breath, threw away my birth control pills, threw caution to the wind, and waited. And waited, and waited. After 4 months of bad news on a stick, I was completely perplexed. I'd spent most of my 20s and 30s trying so hard not to get pregnant. Now that I'd changed my mind, why wasn't my body doing exactly what I wanted it to do? "Oh, stop worrying, my dear," my doctor said. "You've just got to keep trying. Getting pregnant isn't always easy. In fact, you might need to do lots and lots of baby-making practice with your husband." After 6 months and still no plus sign, I became very worried. I started to think that maybe this wasn't going to happen after all. Maybe I'd waited too long. Maybe my body wasn't ready. Or maybe this was just karma for that time I said my neighbor's baby looked like a female Andy Rooney, but with bigger eyebrows. The fact of the matter was, I was starting to go a little crazy. One night, I woke up my husband and tearfully told him that we needed to start shopping at Walmart. "Good God, why?" he asked. "Because the most fertile people in the world shop at Walmart," I sobbed. "Everybody who shops there has at least 6 kids. 6! There's magic in that Sam's Club soda. Baby magic!" After 8 months, I bought a very expensive ovulation calculator that required me to pee on it. And by the way, I am now very good at peeing on things in case anyone gets stung by a jellyfish today. When the calculator knew it was my ideal time for conception, a little graphic of an egg would pop up on its screen telling me we had just 12 hours to conceive. I'd then immediately run off to find my sweet husband, put on my best come-hither expression, and very sexily purr. "The egg's on the screen! The egg's on the screen! The egg is here! We need to do it! Take off your pants! We need to do it!" Big boy. I'm still not quite sure what happened to that very expensive ovulation calculator, but I suspect it's probably on the bottom of Lake Travis now. Finally, 10 months after throwing away my birth control pills and throwing caution to the wind, I decided to throw in the towel too. I'd done the research, taken the right steps, humiliated myself, and even, in one truly weak moment, bought a bottle of grape Robitussin at Walmart. And still nothing had worked. I knew I was never going to get pregnant until I did, twice. I know my efforts to get pregnant were nothing compared to a lot of other women's. I know there's a huge difference between wanting a baby and actually raising a baby. And I know I'm incredibly lucky to have such a wonderful family now. Those things I definitely know. So that's why whenever I see my boys in the backyard playing baseball with my husband, or hear their little voices screaming, "Mommy, I need you," or I look in the mirror and see my very tired, slightly wrinkled, but still contented face, I realize something. I always wanted to be a mother. But George Michael, if you're out there,